Basically, the simple present tense is a fundamental verb tense in English used to describe habitual actions, general truths, and states of being and schedules events. It's formed using the base from the verb with an added s or es. For the third person singular or subject, we use he, she, it. Negative and interrogative forms use do or does for most verbs, while the verb to be has its own unique form. Understanding and correctly using the simple present tense is essential for conveying routine activities, universal facts, and current states effectively. That's it. Okay, the next step is stepping the stairs A but in negative way. As we know, stairs A is a techniques teachings to teach language learners grammar with fun and easily. The name is so because the technique is like 2-floor house with stairs inside of it. But in this case, simple present tense in negative, we do it in a negative way. Let's take the example from the simple present tense in positive one. The example is she eats fruits every day, but in negative we say it she does not eat fruits every day without s. She does not eat fruit every day. And for plural is they do not study English on weekends. So here it comes. Okay, the next step is stepping the stairs A but in negative way. As we know, stairs A is a techniques teachings to teach language learners grammar with fun and easily. The name is so because the technique is like 2-floor house with stairs inside of it. But in this case, simple present tense in negative, we do it in a negative way. Let's take the example from the simple present tense in positive one. The example is she eats fruits every day, but in negative we say it she does not eat fruits every day without s. She does not eat fruit every day. And for plural is they do not study English on weekends. So here it comes. Okay, we move to simple present tense but in interrogative way. What is the interrogative way? So we make a simple present tense but with question mark. And many wondering how we wanna make simple present tense in interrogative way. So the step is like same with the first one, the simple present tense, but before it we add some auxiliaries with do or does. So in the before we starting this interrogative, we have the example like she does not eat fruit every day. In interrogative way, we ask him, does she eat fruit every day? In plural, do they study English on weekends? That's it. Okay, we move to simple present continuous tense. Simple present continuous tense is essential for describing actions that currently happening, temporary situations, future plans, and ongoing trends. It is formed using the present tense of to be or am, is, are, followed by the verbs ings from. This tense allow you to convey activities in progress, temporary states, and certain future arrangement, making it versatile and important aspect of English grammar for expressing current and evolving actions. That's it. Back again from simple present continuous tense but in negative way. The form is same with the positive one, but same as the simple present tense, we say that in the negative way, which is in the example in the bottom. It is she is not watching TV right now, so she is doesn't watching TV at all, and that is simple present continuous in negative way. Back again with me, simple present continuous in interrogative way. So for simple present continuous tense in interrogative way, it is we ask the subject, like the example on the bottom. From the example is she is watching TV right now. In the negative way, she is not watching TV right now. So in interrogative way, we use aux in the first one before we go to the stairs one, which is noun phrase one. It is she watching TV right now? That's it from simple present continuous tense in interrogative way.
Okay, I can explain about the simple past tense. Simple past tense is used to talk about a complete action in a time before now. They have five stairs. The stairs one is noun phrase one. Stairs two is verb ed or verb two. Stairs three is noun phrase two. Stair four is predicate adjunct, and the stair five is adverbs of manner, place, and times. In this slide, I have one example about simple past tense. Moana meminjam buku grammar di perpustakaan 2 hari yang lalu. Moana is noun plus one. Meminjam is noun verb ed or verb two. Buku grammar is noun plus two. Di perpustakaan is adverb of place. 2 hari yang lalu is a adverb of times. Uh, so the sentence of simple past tense positive is Moana borrow grammar book at library. Moana is noun plus one. Borrow is verb ed or verb two. Grammar book is noun plus two. At library is adverb of place. 2 days ago is adverbs of times. So the next slide, I will explain about simple past tense negative. Simple past tense negative have one formula. The formula is auxil plus verb one or didn't go. And simple past tense negative have five stairs. The stairs one is noun plus one. Stairs two is verb. Stairs three is noun plus two. Stair four is predicate adjunct. And the stair five is adverbs of manner, place, and times. So I have one sentence about simple past tense negative. The sentence is Moana didn't borrow grammar book at library 2 days ago. So Moana is noun plus one. Didn't borrow is the verbs. Grammar book is the noun plus two. At library is the adverbs of place. And 2 days ago is a adverb of times. Okay, the next slide is simple past tense interrogative. Simple past tense interrogative have a formula. The formula is auxil plus verb one or did go. Simple past tense interrogative or simple past tense question yes or no have six stairs. The stairs one is auxil. Stairs two is noun plus one. Stairs three auxil plus verb. And stairs four is noun plus two. Stair 5 is predicate adjunct, and the stair 6 is adverbs of manner, place, and times. Okay, I have a one sentence about interrogative past tense or simple past tense question, yes or no. The sentence is, did Moana borrow grammar book at library 2 days ago? The answer is yes, she did it, or no, she didn't. So the next is simple present perfect tense. Simple present perfect tense is talk about choose action that are already done or complete when we are speaking about them. There have a 5 stairs. The stairs 1 is number 1. Stairs 2 is auxiliary plus verb en or verb 3. The stairs 3 is number 2. The stair 4 is predicate adjunct, and the stair 5 is adverbs of manner, place, and times. Simple present perfect tense have a one example. The example is Maria pergi ke Tanjung Pinang bersama temannya baru-baru ini. Maria is noun plus 1. Pergi is the auxiliary plus verb en. Ke Tanjung Pinang is a adverb of place. Bersama temannya noun plus 2, and baru-baru ini is adverb of manner. So, simple present perfect tense positive have a one sentence as Maria has gone with her friends to Tanjung Pinang recently. Okay, the next slide I will explain about simple present perfect tense negative. Simple perfect tense negative have one formula. The formula is auxiliary plus verb en or verb 3 is hasn't, catch, and. They have a 5 stairs. The stairs 1 is noun plus 1. Stairs 2 is verb en or verb 3. Stairs 3 is noun plus 2. Stair 4 is predicate adjunct. And the stair 5 is adverb of manner, place, and times. So I have a one sentence about simple present perfect tense negative as Maria hasn't gone with her friends to Tanjung Pinang recently. Maria is a noun plus 1. Hasn't gone is the verb en or verb 3 is auxiliary plus verb en or verb 3. With her friends is noun plus 2. To Tanjung Pinang is adverb of place, and baru-baru and recently is a adverb of manner. Okay, the next slide is simple present perfect tense interrogative or question, yes or no. Simple present perfect tense interrogative have a one formula. The formula is auxiliary plus verb and or verb 3 has, catch, and or caught. They have a simple present perfect tense question, yes or no, have 6 stairs. The first stairs is auxiliary. Is has or have. The stairs 1 is noun plus 1. Stair 2 is verb. Stairs 3 is noun plus 2. Stair 4 is predicate adjunct. And the stair 5 is adverb of manner, place, and times. So I have one sentence about simple present perfect tense interrogative or Tense questions, yes or no. Has Maria gone with her friends to Tanjung Pinang recently? The answer is yes, she has, or no, she hasn't. Okay, the next slide is last material about stairs A is simple modal tense. Simple modal tense have 5 stairs. The stairs 1 is noun plus 1, stairs 2 is modal plus verb, and stairs 3 noun plus 2, stair 4 is predicate adjunct, and the stair 5 is adverbs of manner, place, and times. Simple modal tense have a sentence. The sentence is Siska bisa menyetir mobil dengan mudah. Siska is noun plus 1. Bisa menyetir is the modal plus verbs. Mobil is noun plus 2. Dengan mudah is adverb of manner. So, simple modal tense positive have a one formula. The formula is modal plus verbs is will come. The sentence of simple modal tense is Siska can drive a car easily. Siska is the noun plus 1. Can drive is modal plus verb. A car is noun plus 2. Easily is adverbs of manner. Okay, next slide is simple modal tense negative. Simple modal tense negative have one formula. The formula is modal plus verbs is a will not come. They have a 5 stairs. The stairs 1 is the noun plus 1. Stairs 2 is modal plus verb. Stairs 3 is noun plus 2. Stair 4 is predicate adjunct. And the stair 5 is adverbs of manner, place, and times. So, simple modal tense negative have one sentence. The sentence is Siska can't drive a car easily. Siska is the noun plus 1. Can drive is modal plus verbs. A cars is noun plus 2. Easily is adverbs of manner. Okay, next about simple modal tense interrogative or modal tense question yes or no. Simple modal tense interrogative has one formula. The formula is modal plus verbs is will comes. They have a 6 stairs. The first stairs you can write the modals. The stairs 1 is noun plus 1. Stairs 2 the verb and. Stairs 3 is the noun plus 2. Stair 4 is predicate adjunct, and the stairs 5 is adverbs of manner, place, and times. So, I have one sentence about simple modal tense interrogative or modal tense questions yes or no. Can Siska drive a car easily? The answer is yes, she can, or no, she can't.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Maydina wahyuni. Here I want to explain about the stepping stairs 5B. Stepping stairs 5B is a teaching technique to teach language learners grammar with fun and easily. It is used to construct English nominal sentences. These are the stepping 5 stairs B, simple present tense with positive sentences. For the example is, he is a stronger fighter in this town. He as a noun phrase or NP1 is as a copula, stronger fighter as a complement in this town as a adverbs of MPT. Next is stepping the 5 stairs B, simple present tense with negative sentence. For the example is Lala is not my sister. Lala is as a noun phrase or NP1 is not is a copula and my sister is a complement. Next is stepping the 5 stair B, simple past tense with positive sentences. For the example is he was my best friend in this school. He as a noun phrase or NP1 was is a copula. My best friend is a complement, and in this school as a adverb of NPT. Next is the stepping 5 stairs B, a simple past tense with the negative sentence. For the example is he was not my best friend in this school. He as a noun phrase or NP1 was not as a copula, my best friend as a complement, in this school as a adverb of NPT, manner, place, and time. The next is the stepping the 5 stair B, a simple past tense with the interrogative sentences. For the example is was he feel happy yesterday? Was as a copula, he as the noun phrase or the NP1, feel happy as the complement, and yesterday as the adverb of NPT. The next is the stepping the 5 stair B, simple present perfect tense with the positive sentences. The example is few cats have been stolen recently. Few cats as a noun phrase, have been as a copula, and stolen as a complement, and recently as a adverb of MPT. The next is the stepping the 5 stair B, simple present perfect tense with negative sentences. The example is few cats haven't been stolen recently. Few cats as a noun phrase, haven't been as a auxiliary, stolen as a complement, recently as a adverb of MPT. The next is the stepping 5 stairs B, simple present perfect tense with the interrogative sentences. The example is has she been crying lately? As the auxiliary noun phrase, she been crying as a complement, and lately as a adverb of MPT. The next is the stepping the 5 stair B, a simple present modal tense with positive sentences. The example is many tables may be damaged at the market. Many table is as a noun phrase or NP1. May be damaged is as the modal. At the market as the adverb of MPT. Next is the stepping the 5-star B simple present modal tense with the negative sentence. For the example is many table may not be damaged at the market. Many table as a noun phrase and P1 may not be damaged as a modals and the at the market as the adverb of MPT, adverb of manner, place, and time. The stepping the 5-star B simple present modal tense with the interrogative sentence. For the example is may he be happy? May is as a modal, he as a noun phrase, and P1 be happy as a complement. That's all for me. The next will be presented by Santo Andika.
Stepping the 5-star C is a fun and easy way to teach grammar to language learners. The function is to create English sentences that describe the presence of things. Okay, I'm going to explain about positive sentence from present tense. And as we can see on the slides, there's four steps to create the sentence, to create the positive sentence of present tense. The first step is there, the second is copula, and in the copula is which is are and is, and the third steps is noun phrase one or NP1, and the last steps is adverbs of MPT or adverbs of manner, place, and time. And then here's some example from positive sentence on present tense. There are some crayons on the table. Okay, we move to the negative sentence from present tense. Same with the previous slides, but in negative sentence we will put not on the copula, and the sounds will be like this: are not and isn't. And for interrogative sentence from present tense, it's not same like the previous slide, like the positive and negative. It's so much different because when we create the interrogative sentence, we must put the copula first, and then we continue with the their words, and then we continue with noun phrase, and the last we continue with adverbs of MPT or adverbs of manner, place, and time. And the example will be sounds like this: are there any crayons on the table? After the present tense, we move to the past tense and how to create positive sentence from past tense. As we can see on the slides, there's four steps to create the positive sentence of past tense. And the first steps is there, and we continue to put copula in there in the sentence. We use was and were for the copula, and then we continue to put the noun phrase one, and then the last steps is we put the adverbs of MPT. Um, Here's some example from we creating the positive sentence on past tense. There was a dog playing happily in my yard. Negative sentence have same steps with the positive sentence before, but they have one difference. The difference is on the copula. In the copula, we put not because there is a negative sentence, right? So we must put not on the copula. And the other steps is still same, which is we put the noun phrase and adverbs of MPT. Okay, here's some example from negative sentence. There wasn't a dog playing happily in my yard. Interrogative sentence have different steps between positive and negative sentence because the copula is put in the first of the sentence and then continue with the there and noun phrase, and the last steps continue with adverbs of MPT. And here's some example from interrogative sentence on past tense. Was there a meeting scheduled for today? After present tense and past tense, we move to the present perfect tense and how to create the positive sentence from present perfect tense. Okay, as we can see on the slides, there's the steps for we to create the positive sentence. The first steps we have there, and then continue with put the copula, has been and have been, and then we move to put the noun phrase one, and the last steps is we put the adverb of MPT. The example from positive sentence on present perfect tense sounds like this. There has been a lot of rain this week, causing several areas to flood. Okay, we move to the negative sentence, and on the negative sentence, there are same steps with the positive sentence, but the difference is on the copula. On negative sentence, we put not on the negative sentence copula, which is hasn't been and haven't been. Okay, the first steps is there, of course, and then we continue put the copula, like I said before, and then we put the noun phrase one, and the last steps is we put the adverb of MPT. This is the example from negative sentence. There hasn't been a lot of rain this week, so several areas have not flooded. After positive and negative sentence, now we have the interrogative sentence. The interrogative sentence have the different steps from the other steps before because the copula has put on the first word in the sentence like has and have, and then continue with put the there with the been, and the sounds will be like there been, and then we put the noun phrase, of course, and the last we put the adverb of MPT. The example of the interrogative sentence like this: have there been any complaints from customers recently? Okay, after the present tense, past tense, and present perfect tense, now we move to the last tenses, which is the modal tense. And the modal tense, we have 4 steps, same with the 3 steps before. The first steps is there, we put there on the sentence, and we continue with the modal. The modal what we gonna use is will, must, can, and maybe. And then we move to the noun phrase one, and the last steps is adverb of MPT, of course. The example of the modal tense on positive sentence is there must be a mistake in this calculation. Okay, now we move to the negative sentence from modal tense. On negative sentence, we have same steps with the positive sentence before, but there have one difference. The difference is on the model. On the model, we use not for the sentence, for the creating the sentence. Okay, the steps will be like this. The first we put there, and then we put the model, which is will not, must not, cannot, may not be. And then we move to the noun phrase one, and the last steps is adverbs of MPT. And here's the example from negative sentence on modal tense. There must not be a mistake in this calculation. We move to the interrogative sentence from model tense, which is the last part on the model tense. Um, in interrogative sentence, the modal will be put first, and then continue with there, and then continue it with noun plus one, and then continue with the last steps, which is adverbs of MPT. Maybe the example will sound like this. Must there be a mistake in this calculation?
Hello everyone, my name is Zidan Khalfani Kareem, and in my session we'll talk about to infinitive. So what is a to infinitive? To infinitive is basically a term to describe words that are created from the word to and the base form of the verb. For example, to run, to write, to read, to play, to see, and so on, etc. So it is a word that is formed by from to and a base form of a verb. So when we learn about infinitive, it is uh, usually paired with gerunds, right? So infinitive versus gerund. So you need to know that infinitive is formed from to and a base form of a verb, while gerund is formed by a verb and its continuous participle. So it is a verb plus ing. If to infinitive example is like to run, to dive, to see, then the gerund example for the same verb is running, diving, and seeing. So the word itself is already different. You need to see this different. However, gerund and to infinitive have similarities. So both gerund and to infinitive cannot be used as a verb in a sentence. So even though they are formed by a verb, they cannot be used in the place of a verb in a sentence. And both can also function as a subject, object, or complementary object. Now we move on to the types of the infinitive. So mainly there are three types of infinitive that we know. First one is the bare infinitive. It is infinitives without the to word. So it is only the infinitive form of form of the verbs. We usually see this when we create a sentence using a model. For example, he could run the field 3 times. So run, could run there is the place of the bare or zero infinitives, if you would like to say it like that. And the next one is a full infinitive. It is very simple. It is the infinitive with the word to. So to run, to dive, to see, and you put it in a sentence. For example, I love to drink coffee in the morning. So you could see that the to drink right there is the two full infinitives in a sentence. And the last one is a split infinitives. So these are infinitives that are separated from the to. So it is still an infinitive with the form of to and the base form of a verb, but they are not they are separated by a sentence, usually an adjective. uh, I'm sorry, usually an adverb. For example, he wants to perfectly draw the painting. So the infinitive is the to draw, while it is separated by perfectly. So to perfectly draw, that is the two infinitives in that sentence. Now, at the start, we already told you that the infinitives can be used as an object. It cannot be used as a noun. So for the first usage of infinitives, it can be used as a noun in a sentence. For example, you could see Vio loves to sing at nighttime. So to sing is the noun on this sentence. You have NP1, verb plus S, NP2, which is the infinitive, to infinitive, and the adverb of time. If you put two infinitives in the front or as the subject of a sentence, usually it became a nominal sentence. For example, to run fast is Henry's goal. So that is the infinitive. You could see there, to run fast, and then it is followed by a copula and the complement. Next, we have two infinitives as an adjectives in a sentence. So to keep in mind that adjective means that word that explain other words. So a two infinitive in this part as an adjective in a sentence, you could see on the first example, Matt needs a lamp to read on. So to read on is connected with the lamp, because to read on is explaining the lamp. It is explaining the lamp usage. You could also see on the second example, father has many money to spend. So father has many money, that is the sentence. The to spend is the adjective for the NP2, which is many money. So to spend explain the many money uses. That's all. And now we move on to the next next usage of infinitives. So the last one is then infinitives as an adverb in a sentence. You could see on the example, my dad was proud to see me on the podium. So the way of using two infinitives as an adverb, it usually answers the question why. So you could imagine the question for that example is why do your dad is proud, and then the answer is, oh, my dad was proud to see me on the podium. So because of this, the two infinitives as an adverb usually put in the spot of the adverb of manner, because it answers the question why, which asks for the manner of how the things is done. And now you may be confused on how to see and how to use infinitives. So here are some spots that you could analyze when you read or when you create a sentence of when to use infinitives and where do usually infinitives come up. So we need to know that infinitives is used to explain the purpose of action. For example, Jaya exercises regularly to trade. You could see that the to infinitive has the signal word, I think, which is the to and the base form of a verb. You only need to look at that and use that when you create a sentence. The next one is as infinitives as NP1. To build a house takes time. You could see that to build a house is the NP1, takes is the verb, and time is the NP2. The next one is infinitives as NP2. The example is I read to satisfy myself, which is the I is the NP1, read is the verb, and the to satisfy myself is the NP2. And then infinitives as complementary, you can say in the example, Intan's priority is to finish the thesis. So it is put next to copula, usually in the nominal sentence. You could see the to finish is next to is, which is the copula. Next one is after adjectives. It is hard to study alone. So hard is the adjective in this sentence, and to study is the adverb of manner. So to study alone in this sentence. The next one is after noun or pronoun that refers to a person. This is very easy to look or to find because usually it goes on like this. She goes on with her dog to relieve her stress. She went with him to the to play around. She woke up her dad to eat her breakfast and something like that. And the last one is we can usually see infinitives in the question words. So for example, can I ask you to power the gallon? Can I ask you to buy me a thing? And other question like that. So to infinitive is different. It is not a verb. It is usually put in the object section, which is the NP1 or the NP2 or the complementary spot, even though it does has a verb inside of it. So we need to be careful when we use infinitives, and not to mix the usage of infinitives with gerund, despite having the same or can be put in the same spot, I think. So I think that's all. The next explanation about gerund will be explained by my friend Bianca, and see ya.
Hello fellas, I'm Bianca. So let's move to the next discussion. From the previous slide, you already learned about stepping the 5 stairs A, B, C, and also to infinitive to improve your grammar. And the next discussion is about gerund. Have you ever heard this one? Gerund? I think gerund and to infinitive is quite similar when we use that word. But gerund actually is a verb that acts as noun. And gerund could be followed by other verbs, could be followed by prepositions. And what gerunds look like? Actually, gerund looks like present participle. It is verb ing. So, how we create, how to form gerund? Let's take a look at the next slide. So actually, a gerund is created by adding the suffix ing to the base form of a verb. So it is similar when you find the sentences in simple present continuous tense form, like swimming, drinking, like that, because the form is same. It's just the same, verb ing, but the meaning is different. In simple present continuous tense, swimming here or drinking here, it will be present participle, and it's a verb, and it is different from gerund, because gerund is a verb that acts as noun. Let's take a look at the example. The example is running the tape will clear the air pocket. So running here is a subject, and subject is a noun. So running here is a gerund, not a present participle. Not the present participle like we usually know. If the present participle, it will be like this: I am reading. So reading here is a verb, is a present participle. And I will give you another example like this. Swimming is my hobby. So swimming here as a subject, and of course subject is a noun, so swimming here is a gerund, that a verb that acts as a noun. Alright, after we know how to form a gerund, it is important to us to know how to use gerund. Okay, let's take a look at the first example here. She practiced speaking in front of the mirror. Okay, let's break down from one word to the another word from this sentence. She practiced speaking in front of the mirror. So she here, it will be the noun phrase one, or we are familiar with subject, and then practice here is a verb, and then speaking here actually it should be a noun, because after verb it should be noun phrase one, noun phrase two, noun phrase two. But here they use speaking. Okay, she practiced speaking, so speaking here should be noun phrase, because it should be noun. The speaking here become gerund, the verb that acts as a noun. And in front of the mirror is just the complement or the adverb of MPT. So she practiced speaking in front of the mirror. You can see the red words here, the word that underline speaking. The speaking here is gerund. Okay, let's take a look at another example, that gerund that followed by other verbs. Okay, he allows taking more courses this semester. As usual, he is noun phrase one, or we are familiar with subject, and then allows here is the verb, and then the gerund is followed by other verbs. So the gerund taking here is followed by the word allows. He allows taking more courses this semester, or in bahasa dia mengizinkan untuk mengambil mata kuliah lebih di semester ini. So taking here, it should be noun phrase two. It should be noun. So taking, the verb that acts as noun is gerund. And then the last example is followed by preposition. Gerund could also follow by preposition. So after preposition, it should be a gerund. Like this, he designed a media by using potent animation. He, the word he as a subject or noun phrase one, and then designed. Design is a verb, and then a media, it should be the noun phrase two. He designed a media. By here is a preposition, so after by it should be gerund. He designed a media by using potent animation, so the word using here is a gerund. Alright, after you already know about how to form gerund and how to use gerund in daily speaking in grammar, the important thing you must know is that not all verb-ing is gerund, like I explained before in the first slide, because verb-ing sometimes means as present participle, not gerund. So you must differentiate these two things. When the verb ing will be the present participle or will be gerund. Okay, take a look at these examples. I have two examples here. The first one is I am going to the market, and the second one is I imagine become a king. Okay, let's take a look at the first example. I am going to the market. I is a subject or noun phrase one. Am here is a copula, or you also familiar with to be, it's just the same. And then after to be or after copula, we have the verb ing. I am going to the market. Then to the market here is the adverb of MPT. So going here, could you guess the verb in here going is a present participle or a gerund? So you must know the exactly going here, what does it mean? So going here is put after am. That am is a copula. So I am going to the market here. It is present continuous tense form. So going here, it's not a gerund, but it's a verb that present participle. Okay, because it followed by the copula. And then we move to the second example. I imagine become a king. The word I here is a subject or noun phrase 1, and then imagine the verb, and then becoming a king. So before becoming here, take a look at the red words. Before becoming, we have a verb. So imagine is a verb, and then we have the verb in becoming. If you still remember the previous slide, gerund could be followed by other verbs by preposition. So becoming here is a gerund because it's followed by the verb. The verb is imagine. So imagine become a king. The becoming here, the verb in here is a gerund. Alright, so we have some information here. Let's take a look how gerund take a role as a part of sentence. Okay, first one is subject of a sentence. So because gerund is the verb that acts noun, gerund is a noun, so absolutely it could be a subject of the sentence. Gerund could be put at the beginning of the sentence. The examples will be like this. Watching cartoons in holiday makes me happy. Watching here is a subject, and of course it's a gerund, the verb in. Watching cartoons in holiday makes me happy. Let's take a look at the another examples, like drinking cola is my happiness. That's it. So the verb in here, the beginning of the sentence is a gerund. What if in the negative form? It will be like this. Not watching cartoons in holiday make me stressed. You can put not in the beginning before the gerund. And then the second thing is direct object. Gerund is also could be a direct object. The example is Bianca enjoy reading novel. Yeah, Bianca enjoy reading novel. Reading here, it is direct object. And then the last is indirect object. The example is she stopped mocking people. She stopped mocking people. The mocking here is indirect object. Alright, after you already understand about gerund, how to form the gerund, how to use, how to differentiate between gerund and present participle, you must know the list of verbs that usually follow by a verb in gerund, because you must differentiate between gerund and to infinitive, because there are some words that just take the to infinitive, and there are some words that only take the gerund. So I will give you some of them. Here are the list of verbs that are usually followed by a verb in gerund. There are admit, appreciate, avoid, carry on, consider, defer, delay, deny, detest, dislike, endure, enjoy, escape, excuse, face, feel like, finish, forgive, give up, can't help, imagine, involve, leave off, mention, mind, miss, postpone, practice, put off, report, resent, risk, can't stand, suggest, and understand. Have you ever heard a song with the lyrics here, I can't stop falling in love with you? So let's take a look at this example. I can't stop falling in love with you. Here is the word can't stop. I can help, I can stop. It's just the same. So after this word, it will be a gerund. There should be a gerund. I can stop falling. Falling here in the verb form, verb ing form, it is a gerund. I can stop falling in love with you. I will give you the another examples. First one is, do you feel like eating pancake this morning? So here is the word feel like. Do you feel like? And after feel like, it should be a gerund. Do you feel like eating pancake this morning? And the second example is, he admitted making mistakes. So after the word admitted here, it should be a gerund, making mistakes. And the last is, they enjoy reading books in the library. After the word enjoy, we put the gerund. Here I put reading. They enjoy reading books in the library. Alright, after you already know about how to form gerund and how to use gerund in daily speaking in grammar, the important thing you must know is that not all verbing is gerund, like I explained before in the first slide, because verbing sometimes means as present participle, not gerund. So you must differentiate these two things. When the verb ing will be the present participle or will be gerund. Okay, take a look at these examples. I have two examples here. The first one is, I am going to the market, and the second one is, I imagine become a king. Okay, let's take a look at the first example. I am going to the market. I is a subject or noun phrase one. Am here is a copula, or you also familiar with to be, it's just the same. And then after to be or after copula, we have the verb ing. I am going to the market. Then to the market here is the adverb of MPT. So going here, could you guess the verb in here, going, is a present participle or a gerund? So you must know the exactly going here, what does it mean? So going here is put after am. That am is a copula. So I am going to the market here. It is present continuous tense form. So going here, it's not a gerund, but it's a verb that present participle. Okay? Because it followed by the copula. And then we move to the second example. I imagine become a king. The word I here is a subject or noun phrase one, and then imagine the verb, and then becoming a king. So before becoming here, take a look at the red words. Before becoming, we have a verb. So imagine is a verb, and then we have the verb in becoming. If you still remember the previous slide, gerund could be followed by other verbs by preposition. So becoming here is a gerund because it's followed by a verb. The verb is imagine. So imagine become a king. The becoming here, the verb in here is a gerund. Alright, so we have some information here. Let's take a look how gerund take a role as a part of sentence. Okay, first one is subject of a sentence. So because gerund is the verb that acts noun, gerund is a noun, so absolutely it could be a subject of the sentence. Gerund could be put at the beginning of the sentence. The examples will be like this. Watching cartoons in holiday makes me happy. Watching here is a subject, and of course it's a gerund, the verb in.
Watching cartoons in holiday makes me happy. Let's take a look at the another examples like drinking cola is my happiness. That's it. So the verb ing here, the beginning of the sentence is a gerund. What if in the negative form? It will be like this. Not watching cartoons in holiday make me stressed. You can put not in the beginning before the gerund. And then the second thing is direct object. Gerund is also could be a direct object. The example is Bianca enjoy reading novel. Yeah, Bianca enjoy reading novel. Reading here, it is direct object. And then the last is indirect object. The example is she stopped mocking people. She stopped mocking people. The mocking here is indirect object.